vibe. So let's get with that good vibe on game 1 of the final semifinals to find out who's going to Paris, France.
All right, here's the ever important roll. We've got 11 coming from Jeremy. I believe they're rolling for high.
Big numbers.
That's a 4. And there we see Jeremy proudly announcing he's going first. Something we noticed when James was playing in the last round that you and I got to commentate was rhythm was really important to him. You know, he chose to concede a game because he's like, I don't want to just sit here and waste time. I want to just keep where I'm going. I'm feeling good. Let's make sure I have enough to go play the rest of these games out. And here we are. First play of the game is going to be Miltrami Perulia coming down from James. And there we have the response in the main phase of MITSURUGI Ritual coming out from Jeremy. We're going to be ritualing from hand, and we're going to be tributing from hand and from deck the Nightsword Serpent, as well as probably the Kusanagi to get that ritual back.
James already went ahead and made his draw, but I think that Jeremy has the right idea here because I think the card numbers are going to even out, right? You're going to get the Nightsword Serpent back. Of course, you get the Murakumo no MITSURUGI on the field. You're going to go ahead and get the Saji effect. So it feels good. Even though you're giving your opponent one card, you're getting a lot back in return.
My ability to see the future has afforded me. We're actually going to be seeing Saji being tributed as the second here to get access to another MITSURUGI card. This is why you give us the prayers here that we did not otherwise have, which can give us our main interaction using the Murakumo during James's turn. Oh, we just already had the second ritual in hand.
Must be nice. We've seen some incredible luck. That last duel that we got to see from the seats, you know, it's incredible to see Julian draw all that. One of these duels is drawing pretty crazy too as Jeremy continues to play.
And there we see the Futso coming down from Jeremy. Not a lot of MITSURUGI RYZEAL decks are playing this card still. Some view it as sort of a bricky card, but here we see it coming down for Jeremy, and then Murakumo coming back thanks to its effect.
We also saw the purification there. It seems like, you know, some MITSURUGI duelists, they want to have this longer grind game. The Futsu certainly helps that with the additional monsters on the field. But you do run into trouble, right? If you happen to draw these cards out of order, maybe you can't bring anything out or your opponent stops your game plan. But so far, so good. Jeremy's got a bunch of snakes on the field.
Yep, and there go ahead. I was just going to say, there we see the prayers losing us 800 life points to bring back the Saji and add the Habakiri to our hand. And there we have the Futsu coming back out.
I mean, the only one not on the field right now is Habakiri. We almost have everybody out. Let's go and Xyz summon here. Build the overlay network to make... Still deciding.
Is that Gallic Granite he's eyeing up
I think it is Gallic Granite. He's maybe going for a Nibiru the Primal Being, which is very strong in MITSURUGI because even though you're tributing your own monsters, you are tributing your own monsters.
You're basically activating their effects.
Yeah, and like that feels almost unfair.
Imagine if Nibiru said, get rid of your opponent's board and also activate all your monsters' effects. That's basically what you're doing.
Well, it's that MITSURUGI privilege for certain, but now he goes ahead and passes the deck. It looks like we're going to cut here, so maybe not going back in anytime soon. And linking off the Gallic Granite and the Murakumo for an IP Masquerena, maybe for a Dynamondo play?
Maybe, or for just like a regular old SP play because we have the Futso. It looks like we did not access our RYZEAL engine this game because of the Perulia sort of keeping us off that, but this board seems more than good enough. We only gave up one draw over to James to unlock all of this. We have Habakiri in our hand next turn for the follow-up, and we have, I believe, a known Purification and a known Prayers face down. If you're Jeremy, you're sitting pretty. Oh, and a known Nibiru, too. James needs to play through a lot here. Pretty good start, if I say so myself, using the effect to summon from the deck.
Great use of the normal summon here. It's certainly a good commit there because you're going to get a lot if this normal summon goes through, so why not? But it looks like Jeremy is going to put his hand down, and we may be going into the deck to special summon.
Yeah, usually you don't need to necessarily interact with the main deck monsters of RYZEAL decks. Usually you just want to interact with whatever they summon. So the second he goes for like a duo drive or something, he can just go IP, make SP, and banish it because everything's ignition on that card, so who cares if it gets to attach?
I'm curious to know if you might forego one of the searches, knowing the Nibiru the Primal Being is there, and try to put down a Star RYZEAL perhaps to set the field spell?
Yeah, but you have until your 5th summon to do that, so it just depends on how rushed he wants to go here.
He's not rushing this time. He's going to use Sword. And we're going to go ahead and use the Futsu to grab another monster out of the graveyard here. And I think we're going for the Murakumo just to clear out the 2 Xyz materials before they Xyz.
Yeah, Futsu will be able to bring that card back. And that's what's really cool about having Futsu plus IP. You just get extra material that way, while still maintaining your Prayers plus Murakumo combo. And then, yeah, like you said, at the end of this, we might just go activate Prayers, get rid of this Murakumo, get all the value in the world.
Yes, I don't have any triggers.
By the way, for newer duelists, they're doing a great job communicating, talking about the open game state, talking about whether or not the turn player who has priority has any fast effects. This is good Yu-Gi-Oh!
So X tier could force the IP, but then you'd lose access to... You've already used Sword, Ice, and X then, which basically is all of your main RYZEAL starters, unless you have more ways to extend from there in hand already. But even if you don't try to force the IP, if you try to use like one of the new cards like Balin the Sky Blaster to force one of the set cards,
and that's what we're doing.
He is. Now you got to gamble which card, because there's two pretty scary ones set. Prayers and Purification are both pretty scary.
I think your Millennium Necklace is working after all.
So we're chaining Futsu here to the Sky Blaster, which I believe does need to target the set card, and he targeted the one in the middle. Just a question of here what he brings back.
It's good to see Fallon in play. It's such a cool card and interacts obviously with a bunch of different decks very well, including because of RYZEALs being able to send to the graveyard, but it's also a nice target for things like Ultimate Slayer.
Yeah, basically having like both Aggregator and Balin to like Swiss Army knife you when you're going second in a RYZEAL deck is so nice. There we see the Chain of Prayers here just to bring back. Looks like we're bringing back Saji, and then I believe Night Sword Serpent is coming back thanks to Futsu. And then Sachi effect on summon, we'll search for a spell card. I believe we paid another 800 life points there with that Prayers.
But I think taking 8 doesn't feel bad when you are adding so much value back into your hand, so you have follow-up plays. And really that's what MITSURUGI is all about. It establishes strong plays at first, but it stays in the duel like none other.
Oh yeah, and it just has so much value in both your turn and your opponent's turn. And the interactions happen on the field, in the graveyard, while being tributed, while being summoned. So many ways to just proc all these powerful reptiles. We still have not Special Sword using its own effect, that is true.
Was waiting to see when the IP Masquerena would be activated. Now we're going to get to see what's up. It's not going to be Dynamondo, but we do have 3 link materials worth of monsters possible here. And it seems like the choice is going to be just an SP Little Knight, the classic.
Going for the Banish on that sword there to keep him off of going for a rank 4 play. We still have 4 other cards in hand. We still have potentially all of our MITSURUGI cards if we're James. And I did just see a Habakiri flash to the camera there. And we had the Node special. That is actually so huge here because we've already forced out the Regeki effect from Murakumo, meaning we need a new way to get rid of these bodies. And because we didn't use... Because it's not an activated effect, right? It just summons, so you can't SP in response to Node.
That is correct.
Meaning we can just go straight into a detonator here if we wanted to.
Definitely feel like you have to, and perhaps James agrees. He's picking up his extra deck here, looking through.
But Purification's still pretty scary because we were not able to get rid of that using the Valen. That was definitely the card that James wanted to hit, because it just would give his detonator the utmost protection. So he needs to be a little bit terrified here of that Purification. Trying to think about how he can play around it, I guess.
Just taking a moment to pause here.
Does he have 3 ritual monsters in hand?
It looks like it. I just see blue, blue, and blue.
Which, one of them being Habakiri is pretty good, because that essentially means you get to guaranteed summon 2 of them.
It almost seems like he's trying to play just within the RYZEAL components of his deck.
Yes.
Oh, that'll get it.
Exciton Knight. Jeremy definitely has more cards than James, and this, threatening to board wipe Jeremy, is so huge. Oh, Battle Faith attack the SP.
So smart.
Get that out of here. Yeah, he's like, I'm not trying to win the game this turn. I'm just trying to get rid of all your stuff.
We're doing it. So detaching RYZEAL, trying to destroy everything, but it looks like we're going to go ahead and tribute to get rid of the MITSURUGI Purification. And now he's cleared everything, so that Habakiri in hand, reveal, and we are off to the races.
Really good job here from James, just playing through all of these interruptions that Jeremy was able to set up. But obviously we're still resolving all the effects here of Purification. We're going to be getting Mirror, which is the MITSURUGI ritual spell that came out in Alliance Insight. Basically gets to add itself back and be reused throughout the entire game.
Powerful card for sure, and also helps a lot of different other ritual support since it does name the cards on it, which is nice.
True.
Let's see as we cut the deck if we are going to see a change in the tempo of this duel as James is able to go ahead and start using MITSURUGI cards now. There's nothing else to look forward to on Jeremy's side in terms of negation or activated effects.
Besides like any unknown non-engine, and of course Nibiru the Primal Being, that is still a card that Jeremy
that's right, there is the Nibiru, and
James,
that actually is going to hurt.
But not if you're playing your Mitsu cards, right? If those get tributed, you're fine with that.
Everybody's happy.
Plus, Jeremy's already used a bulk of his Mitsu card's effect, so if they get tributed again, nothing's really going to happen.
All right, so we are going to go ahead and swap that out.
Effective Saji.
Yep, so we're going to use Saji effect here to get access to hopefully Mitsurugi Ritual, which if he gets, that could be pretty huge. We're going to summon our own Saji from the graveyard as Jeremy. Do you get prayers here if you're James? Because you have cards in your hand that you can tribute and get value with, that could probably work out pretty well for you.
But you also have to consider that Nibiru the Primal Being is coming around, so do you really have anybody to tribute, right? If you press too far in that direction, your opponent could just give you a token, and last I checked, that Primal token is not a reptile monster.
And you still have the Habakiri Search as well, which is pretty valuable. And the fact that you have to probably summon from hand if you're James does make the Mitsurugi Ritual a bit less appealing, but you still got to go for it because you need to summon your big guys.
This is an interesting change in tempo, right? The last duel that we watched on stream was Malice versus RYZEAL, and it was explosive, and everybody was just doing everything. This is a very slow and concerted duel between two newer duelists who are about to have their first shot at being in the World Championship.
So there we see the second copy of Habakiri being tributed for the prayers. I believe that means James is paying 800 more life points. Sorry, James is paying 800 life points here to probably add. There's a world where you could get Aramasa here because I believe we've normal summoned.
We did.
But we'll be able to tribute some more. We bring back the Saji, and then effective Habakiri will let him search again. This will probably get Ritual. Yep. And because I know we have another Ritual monster hand, I believe it's Murakumo, we can go Ritual, summon from hand, tribute the Aramasa that's in hand, and then get value that way, too. Or we're just going to save the Aramasa for follow-up, too. That's a really good heads-up play from James.
Yeah, it should be 61. Oh, yeah, 61.
Yeah, so I believe the total life points right now are 61 to 72.
You're 72.
Yeah.
Duelist making sure to keep track again, a little bit of a differential there since Jeremy activated more instances of take 800 damage, but also took a little bit off the top there from the SP Little Knight getting attacked.
Yep, so there we see the Night Sword Serpent and the Kusanagi going to the yard. The Kusanagi will now activate and so will the Night Sword Serpent.
One, Kusanagi, chain link 2, Murakumo, chain link 2. The target of Kusanagi will be...
Alright, so targeting prayers with Kusanagi. We're going to Raigeki the board using Murakumo's effect. We do not have a battle phase. We already used it. Night Sword Serpent comes back. His own Night Sword Serpent on Jeremy's side will activate because it is a different turn for him. It is worth noting too that I don't believe James is locked into anything.
Oh, just for the discard effect. Let's see what we got.
Yeah, force him just to get rid of a card. Why not?
He's got plenty.
But surely if you're James, going for a duo drive here is just plays right into Nibiru's hands. But I guess forcing it's kind of nice too.
Yeah, I feel like that would be the moment. If I see the RYZEAL duo drive as Jeremy as a duelist. Of course, he's in the driver's seat. He's the one with the dual disc on. But that seems like when you want to clear it out, right? You would have to deal a little bit with the Murakumo, but you would just dodge the RYZEAL duo drive and stop all the follow-up to the following turn.
Also, really heads up here from Jeremy, not paying the cost for Murakumo, just letting that Night Sword Serpent stay in the graveyard because every card in his hand, if I remember them correctly, are all crazy. Alright, so there's the duo drive. Effect to attach has been called, and we're going to let that happen.
But it's only the attachment effect.
Yes.
Unless he just drops down. And even if you did drop down the RYZEAL cross-field spell... Oh, okay, so we are going to Nibiru. We're going to go and resolve.
Effective Murakumo. Yes. So it's 25, 32 attack.
So it's 47, 57?
And then the defense is
800 defense.
Yeah, 2,800.
2,800.
2,800.
And because the Murakumo's effect was already activated this turn to Raigeki, it won't get rid of the Nibiru when it comes back.
That's fine.
Worth noting. Or was it already tributed this turn? No, I don't think it was. It was just summoned off Mitsurugi Ritual.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to go ahead and grab the Mitsurugi Prayers. It is back.
We have double prayers in hand as James. Ooh, that's really good.
James may be able to walk this one back again using his RYZEAL cards to play through everything Jeremy established, setting a card and passing for turn.
But it's worth noting, too, that Jeremy still has access to his full RYZEAL engine. Hasn't used a single one of his cards yet. And he hasn't even used his once per duel Habakiri effect, which he's going to do right now in his main phase.
I will use Murakumo.
go ahead and sacrifice a card to use that Habakiri effect. We're going to get rid of that useless Perulia because we control Nibiru, the Primal Being. It is worth noting, too, by the way, that this Nibiru being in play, I was going to say is a problem, but we're tributing it because I believe Jeremy drew extra RYZEAL for turn.
You definitely need to get rid of those non-level 4 monsters from the field, but good news, Nibiru has been sent home packing.
Yep, and then we see the Kusanagi bringing back the Mitsurugi Ritual. There we see the extra RYZEAL that I talked about, getting rid of the Valen to force out the Mitsurugi prayers on James's side.
Tributing Murakumo.
Which, honestly, this is probably when he wanted to use it anyway, because it's going to be a really powerful Raigeki effect here, thanks to Murakumo, to get rid of these 2 materials. But we know Jeremy has Mitsurugi Ritual in hand.
Still has to get through that relatively sizable token, but only 2,800 defense is not too bad. Looks like we're going to go ahead and put the Kusanagi in defense mode. Oh, no, excuse me, that's Aramasa.
Yeah.
It's upside down, difficult to see.
No, that's Kusanagi.
Oh, it is Kusanagi,
yeah,
okay.
you were right the first time. Trust your instincts.
I'd like to go...
I'll believe in the heart of the cards, or at least that card.
Chain Link 2, targeting the full spell.
Yep, getting his own ritual back using James's Kusanagi, and then, of course, Murakumo comes back and also searches for a card. Looks like we're going to get another copy of Prayers. Yes, we are. And then Murakumo will Raigeki Jeremy's board. But we still have Ritual, and I believe, is that Ice RYZEAL in hand?
I think I saw Sword for sure. And it's wild because it means we haven't dropped down a single RYZEAL card. And we're still playing Mitsurugi, so we're going to go ahead and get rid of a Habakiri or bring on a Habakiri.
And then Habakiri effect when tributed is going to go ahead and search for another Mitsurugi card here. This one will probably be Prayers, and Prayers can bring back Futso, and then Futso can bring back everything else.
But it looks like we had an illegal activation here. Jeremy does not have a card he can activate from his deck to the hand. It's just going to be a procedural error, which is a minor warning.
There is no search target for Habakiri, understood.
Yeah, so we just activated effect he couldn't resolve. That's okay. It happens even to the best and brightest duelists.
Yeah.
But that should just be a warning for this unless he's previously received it. Looks like we're fine, so Sword RYZEAL up next.
There we see Sword RYZEAL getting Ice, normal summon Ice RYZEAL here. This will allow him to special summon from the deck a copy of Node RYZEAL.
Okay.
Just getting that out there. I mean, to my knowledge, Jeremy knows that James has no interactions from this point forward. We've already used everything that was known.
This is his moment.
So he's probably just trying to figure out a way to get damage here. Luckily, this Habakiri is reducing everything by 800 attack, but not defense, I believe.
Yeah.
But Detonator's pretty big, so he should be able to fight through this board no problem.
Specifically large enough to get through the token just through the battle phase if needed.
I mean, he's actually strong enough to get through the Murakumo.
Yeah.
And but that token does have a lot of attack points, so if you're Jeremy, definitely get rid of it, and Murakumo's going to do it. And there we see James asking if he can concede this game.
Yeah, okay.
Yep, and there we see him scooping it up here. We saw this mentality from James in the round that we saw previously. He knows he's not winning. He's not going to waste his time. He's feeling good. He wants to go first in Game 2 and try to get his rhythm back, so that way he can take down this whole entire match. So here we go. Game 2, James v. Jeremy.
Okay.
Just getting, I guess, a bit of a technical difficulty there with the microphone.
But all right, looks like we got it fixed. So this is wild again. If you're Jeremy, you're one duel away from going to the World Championship. And if you're James, well, you can make it back, but you've got a little bit more work ahead of you.
I'm feeling the heart murmur come back. Oh my goodness, the intensity is electric.
Oh no, I was joking about it earlier, but I'm like, no, this is really difficult to watch. Oh my goodness.
Use Prayers?
Starting off with Prayers, usually a pretty good start.
Yeah,
just guarantees you access to your Mitsu engine. We're not going to be tributing, so we only get one of the effects, and we're going to be getting the search effect to get Habakiri, which will turn on every other part of our deck.
Did peep an Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring in Jeremy's hand, so it might be about when he wants to use it.
And then really cool play here from James, being like, here's my X immediately after knowing you have Habakiri. Which do you want to stop?
Wow, so using the Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring since the RYZEAL Duo drive was sent to the graveyard, so there's no chain link blocking here. Looks like that is going to get negated unless we drop down something else.
Yeah, that tells me he really, really feels confident in stopping the Mitsu cards, but doesn't feel confident in stopping the RYZEAL cards. But that might not matter, because I think I see a 7 Tachyon in James's hand.
Oh, wow. That is going to change the tempo of this duel for sure. Being able to add any of your necessary combo pieces just by revealing an Xyz monster feels pretty good.
But usually your target for that is X, but he'll just be able to get Ice, I believe, instead, and then just normal summon that.
And normal summoning Ice feels pretty good, I'll tell you.
Yeah, usually it does. But we're actually going to start off with the Habakiri here to get access to our Mitsu engine, because that will guarantee us a level 4 depending on what sequence we go for here. We're going to get Ritual here, using Saji's effect when tributed.
Summon from hand.
And then we're going to get Ritual to summon from hand, going to be tributing from the deck. Getting Nexo Serpent, that's going to be that level 4 I was talking about. And then I imagine Kusanagi here to add back either the prayers
So I would like to go
or the Ritual.
Night Sword, Chainlink 1, Kusanagi, Chainlink 2, targeting the Ritual spell.
Yep, we are going to get back Mitsurugi Ritual here because we still have not used the effect to summon from the deck. And now we can use Ritual to tribute our own Habakiri and then get all the value out of that card being tributed as well. But first, we're going to go into, I believe, our first XZ summon of the turn.
Feels appropriate for a RYZEAL Duo Drive, especially considering that we sent a RYZEAL Duo Drive to the graveyard. And yep, that's exactly what we got.
I mean, this is the dance that the Mitsurugi RYZEAL deck just does against every single deck in this format. It's like, this engine's scary and this engine's scary. Stop this one, I'm just going to do this one. Oh, couldn't stop both? I guess I'll just do both.
Looks like we are going to make sure to put an Xyz monster in the graveyard. James trying to figure out which is the best combination of cards to put down there. But it is searched 2 times, so the 2 cards will add. It looks like he sort of pre-selected the Ice RYZEAL. See what else he wants to get.
Is this, what summons are we at right here? We have 1, 2, 3. I think this is summon number 4.
It looks like we're going Sword RYZEAL, and up next, maybe Ice after all. Let's see.
Could be a cross line, so that way we have access to protection. But no, it's going to be Node RYZEAL coming down.
Sword.
And we're just going to special the sword, not trying to play around Nibiru this game, it looks like. I think it's because we know we have so much extension here. Go ahead and use it if you want to. And there was that normal sword we were talking about. And there's the Star RYZEAL. All right, so this will get access to our cross.
Star RYZEAL certainly not always making an appearance in the field, but whenever it's special summon, Set in the Field spell feels pretty good and is a great extension off of this RYZEAL Duo Drive line. Now it's a 3 material Xyz, so we're going to get out.
Oh my god,
no.
Evil Swarm Ouroboros, there it is! Let the hand rips begin. Detach 1 and then randomly you discard a card from your opponent's hand. I believe that's a 1, it's going to be the farthest left card. It's Futsu coming out of Jeremy's hand.
Not a starter, more of a big boss monster, but it looks like we're also going to...
And now we're going to go into Eclipse Twins, and I believe I know what James is trying to do here. She's trying to summon back that Ouroboros and do it again.
You can, yeah. I mean, the Eclipse Twins will perfectly set it up by putting Ouroboros back on the field, and yes, we are doing that. Using the nodes, setting the Eclipse Twins, bringing back the Sword RYZEAL, special summoning back Ouroboros with an additional material, and notice that Jeremy still has his hands face down. He knows what's going on. He knows this is about to be another ripped card out of his hand.
And we still have full Mitsurugi combo left in hand with that Mitsurugi Ritual. We're just doing this part in the in-between here. And it's going to be the middle card here. That is Crossout Designator.
Wow.
That would have been super huge for turning off any of the Mitsu Ritual monsters, probably. But here we see the Mitsurugi Ritual tributing our Habakiri, bringing out the Murakumo, using the graveyard or tributing an effect of Habakiri to summon itself back and search for another Mitsu card. This board is insane.
Duelist, are you seeing this? It is wild to see Evil Swarm Ouroboros used on the field. Not once, but twice. And it is getting common because of Eclipse Twins. But it's still crazy to see it at this high level of play. Just casually, yeah, I've got another line for this. Check this out.
I mean, I saw Heraldic Beast RYZEAL resolve this card 3 times in a single turn, and it's just so intense.
Wow. That's all I'm going to say. When you got 3 and you're not playing water, that's insane. It looks like we are passing for turn then.
I did see a Habakiri in Jeremy's hand, so if there's any way to play through this board, that card might do it. But we have Purification. And as we know from Game 1, Purification can just be the ultimate pin of some of the most powerful cards in the Mitsurugi RYZEAL strategy, so Jeremy definitely needs to keep that in mind. So we're going to use the effect of Cross here to negate on Resolution the Saji, and we're just going to scoop it up. Jeremy's like, yep, I can't play through 2 different kinds of negates, plus a 2-material Detonator and Murakumo Raigeki. It's not worth my time. Let's go to Game 3 just like you did.
That's incredible when you think about that.
The winner of this match, Game 3, will join Julian in Paris, France this August. Will it be James or will it be Jeremy?
I was going to say no thoughts, only cards, because here we go. This is really it. These are the moves that matter most of all. Everything has led to this. Every car, road trip, every plane ticket, every regional. Here we go.
And there we see Mitsurugi players with no tribute. We saw this happen last game, and it went really well for James. Let's see if it will go equally well for Jeremy. There we see Fuwa in response to Habakiri effect. That is a guaranteed draw because it does get summoned from the deck before it gets tributed if he tributes the same monster. It's summoned and then tributed. Just skipped a little bit of a step there. No worries, Jer.
Everybody knows what's going on. We've all been dueling with these cards for quite a while. But now we're going to see the X RYZEAL.
Jeremy's like, hey, I like the way you did stuff last turn. Start Habakiri and then go X. I think I'll do the same.
Oh, but getting the aggregator this time, likely to attach it to a detonator so that you have the ability to negate and destroy. Kind of separate, not exactly at the same time.
MITSURUGI Ritual, it will summon from hand, not from the deck. You get those double tributes here. Definitely wants to hold off on giving him that extra Fua draw if he can.
Right now, the math is good, right? He lost to Fualos, he gained a card, but it's basically like just facing an opponent with a 5-card hand. You just have to figure out how to play through without increasing the number of those cards.
He tributed the Murakumo from his deck, and now he's going to use MITSURUGI Mirror to ritual summon it from the graveyard and play around Moltermi Fualos and still get access to Habakiri's tribute effect. That is a really cool heads-up play from Jeremy there.
Just aghast at how good these duelists are, but we are going to go ahead and get the MITSURUGI Parent and then special summon the Habakiri. It was properly ritual summon. We're going to see Sword RYZEAL. Of course, we are getting locked in, but I feel like we've gotten our level 8s out of the way.
Yeah, and right now we might give up, 1 or 2 more draws to Fua, but we can still fully set up, which I think Jeremy's more than happy to make that trade-off for.
Feels like where we put our duo drive out.
I mean, he already kind of has everything. Going for Detonator here feels really safe and denies another Fua draw, too. Like, Aggregator plus a triple material Detonator feels like more than enough, plus the Purification, plus I believe the Known Prayers, and the Murakumo, and another Mysterious set card.
I would like to use Nibiru.
Ooh.
Oh, but we have the Nibiru, the Primal Being.
At first I expected the duo drive, but whether it's duo drive or Detonator, it doesn't matter with Nibiru, the Primal Being coming down, and while tributing those monsters is good, you've already used their effects, so you're going to get a little bit of a downgrade here with a big old token.
You could chain Detonator here just to blow it up, and like deny some attack points and stats, but
no Eclipse Twins, that's not going to help.
I mean, it does deny the stats, which I think is...
True.
Well, you get the token, so you don't want to deny the stats. Usually it's the other way around. You would, pop your own.
All right, well, he's thinking for just a moment here.
Yeah, not...
because the Murakuma's effect was activated, so we're going to see what the cost is. So he's going to go ahead and discard the Night Sword Serpent in order to sort of get this through.
I'm pretty sure he can't chain any of these cards that he set.
Yeah, because we're already resolving at this point.
Yeah, we're at the end of the main phase 1 essentially. Yep, we're just gonna let it get tributed. This will be a gigantic token though. I think it's like 16 plus 15, 41 defense, and 52, 76 attack. We will get Mirror's effect to activate. I believe it just shuffles back in the deck.
Okay. Yep.
We're just double checking how it works.
Everything's fine. Definitely the time to double check though with a trip on the line like this.
And it is worth noting that I believe Murakumo will not summon back as it was ritual summon thanks to Mirror. And then we have pre-prep rights. Oh my gosh, it was a bluff from Jeremy.
Wow! So setting the normal spells, ending the main phase, expecting there to be the Primal Being, and then being like, hey, I can continue my main phase. So this is a normal spell, by the way.
Is Mirror a hard once per turn? Each effect, yeah. So you can only ritual summon it with it once. Okay. So we could not get that Futsu in play currently. I don't think. I could be wrong. Let's find out together. And I believe Murakumo doesn't come back, right? Because it was tributed again.
That's correct. That's correct. And so, yeah, you cannot use that. Jeremy's certainly reticent of it past his turn. James draws, and let's see what we get out next. Going to go ahead and drop down the MITSURUGI Prayers.
I will not be paying any costs.
Okay, so no additional cost here from Prayers. We're just going to be searching the Habakiri, the classic Prayer Search Habakiri line that we've seen time and time again.
Perfect.
Certainly a match made in the heavens. We are going to go ahead and reveal, looking for a response from Jeremy. He's considering his options. This is where it gets heated. Every single move they make is 1 mile closer practically to Paris.
Looks like it is Saji. Yep.
Contributing to Bureau.
Yep. Classic, just to make sure we have access to our X later. And we already have 2 guaranteed level 4s, which means we have a guaranteed duo drive if we want it. We know that James plays 2, which is worth noting.
Depending on what's face down, this may be it. I'm not trying to call the game before it happens, but you imagine you just keep going and going. But it's Droll and Lockbird. Never mind, pull this over.
There it is. Droll and Lockbird are going to be stopping James from searching for the rest of the deck. And there we see our own Prayers. We could tribute the Futsu that's in our hand too and get like a lot of value, but we might just also summon back.
That is fine.
Get back to Murakumo and just tribute the board. Sorry, Regaki the board. That feels pretty good to me.
Yeah, that is fine.
We haven't normal summoned if we're James, but we still have Purification if we're Jeremy.
Jeremy trying to be as aggressive as possible, not let a single Xyz monster show up.
I believe this token is 7,600 attack and 4,100 defense.
224 is 86 attack.
Oh, I was 1,000 off.
I'll write it down. 86.
It's okay, we went to Duel Academy, not math school.
Defense 18 plus 25 is 43.
43.
Plus 800 is
51.
Defense.
I thought Hapakiri had 800. It has 1,800 defense.
51.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
8,600 attack, 5,100 defense. Giant token in defense mode.
That's a big rock.
No, we were just
yeah, so
stats of the token.
Yeah, so yeah, it's 86.
Oh, they thought it was life points? That's funny. That's cute. That's fun.
A lot of numbers.
We didn't have to.
I believe both players are at 7,200 life points because I believe prayers was activated for both players this game.
Yeah, 800.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
correct, and then we should be updating
Oh,
the
yeah, I can't
stats
hear
on
you.
screen as well.
Everyone forgets prayers. It happens all the time. They're like, it has 3 effects. It must have a crazy cost.
Like,
Just pay 100 life points.
Instead of pay 800, it's take 800.
That's true. That's true.
Which is weird because weird situations, imagine you activate a Rainbow Life and you're just going to gain life instead of take damage. That's fine. You can activate at 400 life points. Weird stuff. Don't need to know that now as we activate MITSURUGI Rate Purification.
Oh my gosh! Oh my
Take
gosh!
the
There it
token!
is! Take the token! 8,600 attacks! Which
No
there
way!
it is! Oh my gosh!
Good game.
James tributes all of Jeremy's monsters for Nibiru the Primal being token and takes that token back. Before it even passes the board, Jeremy concedes the duel. And James says that was